Welcome to Groove International, G on the scene. This is Peggy Shangwa and I'm at Sugar Festival 2015. Guess who I have with me? I have Manyika and I'm just going to be talking to him for the next few minutes and he's going to be telling us about what he's been doing. I know he's a spoken word guru, but he also does stand-up comedy, so we're going to find out what he does.
Yeah, in my book. Like a type of meat.
That's a good one. So welcome to GC.
Thank you, you're very kind, Peggy.
Alright, so I want you to tell us about your journey, really, to start off with.
Alright, well, I was, came from my mother's womb, as most people do, and then after about a year or so, I started walking, and I haven't looked back since. Like, I crawl occasionally when I play with children, but mostly it's the walking. I find that that's a quicker way to get places. Yeah, sometimes cars.
Oh wow, that's amazing! You did something really amazing right there. You walked after crawling.
I did. So we're working on flying now. I'm hoping once we work out the kinks, we should be airborne in 1 or 2 years.
So you guys can really pick up from this conversation that this guy is really quick on his toes on the stand-up comedy.
What?
So tell us about journey to the mic. How was?
Journey to the mic. I came from backstage. But I understand what you're asking, so let me answer the question properly. Started in high school. Fundamentally, I'm a shy person. So we had a debate team, which I joined accidentally. And then there was a certain type of nervousness that you get before engaging in the debate and a certain elation that you have afterwards. And it was, it's an easy feeling to get attached to. And subsequently, there was a comedy thing happening at the University of Johannesburg for an organization called RAG, and my friend said to me, "Hey man, you're pretty funny. Like if you're willing to do it." My friend's name is Mpundo. If you're willing to do it, man, I'll go there and support you because I was never going to do it myself. And then we didn't actually get allowed to do it. That's the first time I met Mo, who I was hosting last night. We didn't get actually allowed to do it because we were unknowns, but. Subsequently, like the week after, there was a show at a place called Roxy's in Melville, and then that was my first stand-up comedy set. And then the week after that, I did my first poetry thing, performance poetry thing, which was Drama for Life, hosted by Vitz. And then I won that. It was a national slam, but that was the Gauteng province one, so I won that. It was Gauteng champion, and then after that. The next week I lost, so I got quickly disillusioned about being a long-standing champion. And then, comedy and poetry have been happening, on and off from that time.
Oh, all right, great. So, to someone who's listening to you right now for the first time and they want to get a feel of who you are, what you're about, your values, what would you want to get across to them? Who's Andrew Manyika? How would you want them to know you so that they can connect with you easier?
What can I say, man? Like, the most important thing that you need to know, really not about me, but about life in general, is the importance of having Jesus in your life. And I know I'm a comedian, but I mean that very seriously. Like, ultimately, you're a free moral agent and you can do whatever you like, but it's important to have an understanding of the temporal nature of life and have an understanding of where it is that you're going beyond this point. Other than that, I'm guessing you can figure from that I'm a Christian man, so that's something that one person would know about me. I'm a pretty easy guy to get to know. I perform on stage, and when on stage, that's when I say most of what matters to me, or most of what I think will amuse you, depending on what show I'm doing. Yeah, that's me.
All right. I know you were here for Haifa last year. How was that experience?
It was fantastic because I was here for Haifa both for poetry and comedy. Like I got into the poetry show because I won a slam, which seems to be like the theme. But I was doing a slam at House of Hunger, and then Chirikude was there. And then I actually got into... I tied with the third place person. But the crowd, Chidi put it to the crowd whether he should give a range of fourth place for me to be at Haifa, and he did. And then when I went back to South Africa, I got a call from the person who was curating the comedy show, Comrade Pato, and Magama Network invited me to come and do the comedy. So I had 2 shows happening at Haifa. That was pretty cool because it was a sold-out run for both shows. So that was really fun, nice notch on your belt.
Okay, so back here again this year.
For Shogo Festival, yeah.
How has Shogo been? You had a show last night,
yeah? I did have a show last night. I was hosting Tolesmo and Long John and Zambezi News. It was fantastic, man. It was a great crowd. People are very responsive, receptive, and it was a great turnout, great show, and a very warm audience. It's important. I don't think the audience understands like how important. I mean, obviously they know they're important because without them we'd be performing in empty chairs. But especially in a comedy show, because with comedy, unlike with poetry, any reaction can be a good one. People can be quiet and that could be good. People can be loud and that could be good. But with comedy, they don't laugh. You sort of fail. So it was nice that they were there and they were into what we were doing. They played a big role naturally in the success of the show. So thank you to the people that came out. We appreciate that.
Oh, well, I also know that you've been with Word and Sound. I don't know if I have correct information there, but you've been with Word and Sound. Could you tell us about that?
Absolutely, you have correct information. Word and Sound, the day of the second slam that I told you about, Afro Khan invited me to come to Word and Sound to perform. I missed that show, but then I went subsequently, and then I made it to the Word and Sound Festival after placing, I think, 5th in that competition. And then from that time to this, we've been working together. I'm actually a shareholder of Word and Sound. And we've been working together, putting together festivals and shows. I was hosting last year's festival, the second night, and so forth. So we do monthly shows in South Africa. We do a weekly show that I host called Poetry Corner. We have Word and Sound Poetry and Live Music Series. We are on the verge of having the 5th Word and Sound Festival. It's 5 years now.
Wow, well done.
Thank you. It's not easy. Yeah, the 5th festival is happening from the 1st of October. And just looking at the company, making sure that it grows, trying to grow an audience for poetry in South Africa, which, is becoming not easier to do, but, the audience is growing, because of the consistency of the brand. Because Word and Sound really is the premier poetry platform in Johannesburg, really, in South Africa, in fact.
Our House of Hunger here is quite big.
Absolutely. So we've done good work, but you can never rest on your laurels because until it becomes a viable career, then we're not done. We're working, we're putting in the work.
All right, so I'm this type of person that really just wants someone to go off the record on something for a little bit. So
off
the record. Get us into your closet, like your secret closet.
How can it be off the record if you're still recording? That's the record, literally recording.
Yes, see, off the record, on the record. Okay, so I'd want to know, what's the funniest thing you've ever done? Or okay, fine, funniest. You're a comedian. That's wrong. Term it like that. What's the most embarrassing or uncomfortable thing you've ever done, but has been quite like a benchmark in your life that you'd want to share with us?
Yeah. Who doesn't want to share their most embarrassing moments? I mean, I catalog those. I try to have people filming so that just in case of an interview like this. Embarrassing thing. What? No, the usual stuff. Sometimes you're walking and then gravity decides that this would be a good time to get closer to the ground or whatever, and then you have a surprise meeting with the floor or the ground or whatever, and then your classmates find that amusing. That's.
I like that because for me it's the human factor. Sometimes we have people that we see that are influencing people a lot, and we kind of have this feeling that they're not human like us. So I like that because now people can associate with you and be able to connect with you more because you're this guy that's fallen before.
What? But I'm the guy that got up.
That's very important to get as well. So
I'm absolutely an ordinary human being.
As we wrap this interesting interview off, I'd want to know what are your plans? What can we look forward to? And where can we find you? I'd want you to give us your Twitter handle, your everything.
I've been really chilled on social media lately, but I'm at Drewman Show. So that's DREWMANNSHOW. That is a long name. Yeah, I'm at Drewman Show on Twitter. I'm Andrew Manyika on Facebook. There's a couple of guys faking fake Andrew Manyika accounts. I don't know what that's about. But yeah, look for the one that talks about poetry and comedy. That would be me. And then, yeah, what am I up to? Well, I got a couple of things in the pipeline. Some Yeah, I got some things. That you should look out for. Well, don't look out for them. Do other stuff, right? And then when my things happen, if you can ignore them, ignore them. But if you can't, then come through. It's gonna be exciting.
It's been amazing talking to you. Thank you so much for talking to Groove.
You're quite welcome. Thank you so much for talking back.
So guys, this is us at Shoko. You can actually hear Shingi Mangoma in the background. So this is us going out. We out. And we're done.
Is that the time? No, cool. I'm gonna get a move on.